What's going on guys, Joby here, bringing another Call of Duty Ghosts tips and tricks video, as today I'm going to be teaching you on how to survive longer to get more kill streaks and die less, because I personally find Call of Duty Ghosts very difficult as it's very different to the other Call of Duties. So to start with, when your aim is to survive longer, we need to make the best class possible to make sure it's easy to get kills but also easy to stay alive. So we need a class that's going to let us win all types of gunfights as well as use the map to our advantage. So to start with, for our class, pick the weapon that you feel more comfortable with and you think you can get a lot of kills with, as everyone is different with the different types of playstyles, but if you want to have an advantage in all gunfights, use an assault rifle. Now when you've picked your gun, we need to choose the attachment suitable for that gun. So since I've got the Honey Badger, I'm going to be using extended mags for 50% more ammunition in each magazine and foregrip so I can stay on target a little bit more when in a gunfight. Now I've picked our attachments, we need to choose our perks. This is going to make sure we can stay alive as long as possible. Now I've picked our attachment, all we need to do is choose the perks that are going to make sure we can stay alive as long as possible. So for that, we're going to be choosing Quick Straw and Stalker for our first and second perk, which is going to help us win those gunfights to stay alive when we meet an enemy, as we'll be able to lock onto the enemy faster but also be able to strafe quicker to dodge their bullets. Now for our fourth perk, we're going to be choosing Off the Grid. Now this is probably the most important perk for this class, as it will make sure that we don't appear as a red dot on the enemy's minimap when they either have the SAT come up or they're using the ping perk. Now as for our last perks, we're going to be choosing Focus. Focus will make it so that when we get shot at, the flinch is reduced tremendously, and this works especially well when we're in a gunfight, so we're able to get more bullets on target. So now before our class is all set up ready for us to get some kills, we need to select our kill streak that's going to make us stay alive longer but also get loads of kills with. Now since everyone has a different skill level, you need to select the kill streaks that you feel comfortable with and that will help you out. But remember that if you're a skilled player and you can get those big streaks, don't necessarily always choose the streaks that you as a player control, as when you're in the air you're exposed and vulnerable to all the enemies on the ground. But as for the streaks I like to use and feel comfortable with are the Satcoms, Guard Dog and Battle Hind, as then I can get them and they'll help me and my teammates out in getting kills and staying alive, with the Satcom showing any enemies as a red dot on the radar. But another good point is that if you're using a Satcom, is that if you see a big group of enemies that keep going to the same point, you can position yourself in a good spot so next time when they come, you can kill them all. Next, the Guard Dog is good because I can just send it out whenever I feel like it and need some help when capping a flag or in the enemy spawn or whenever I'm in a sticky situation. Now finally, the Battle Hind is absolutely awesome when you're losing and you need to cap some flags or getting some kills, as it forces the enemies to stay indoors away from the Battle Hind, making sure that they don't get killed, free for you to do whatever you want. So now I've got our class all set up ready for us to get some kills, we can concentrate on how we play the game and how we move around the map. So to start with, you need to use the map in a way that gets you kills but doesn't get you killed. So to do this, you need to know on how to use the map that you're playing on to your advantage, and this isn't hard at all, because it's what you want to kind of do is that you need to rush and be in the front line, but not so much that you can get killed or be rushed yourself. So to do this, sprint and slide from cover to cover as you move through the map. Now because you'll be doing this, you'll have an advantage in a gunfight since you'll have cover, but you'll also be able to move so that when an enemy comes looking for you, you've already moved. Now the best way to do this is to sprint to cover, and then once you've had one kill, move to another place, and what this does, it stops the enemies from coming back using grenades or equipment to kill you as well. But more importantly, it lets you stay alive and keep your big streak. Now after you've done that, you can start to flank. Now flanking is a great way for rushers to get into the enemy spawn safely, but it's also good if you're using an assault rifle as well, and this is because by flanking, you'll come into contact with a lot of cover. Now to learn how to flank, you need to always take the long way around to a position, so instead of rushing directly to the point, you need to go as far around as possible. Now what this does is that it lets you kill other players from their spawn trying to get back into the fight. And these are really easy kills since you'll be behind the enemy or to the side. Now once you've flanked and got some kills, you become a really close target for the enemy team. So what you need to do in that situation is move back, but make sure it's in a slow way. So it's a good idea to slowly move back into your spawn, but take cover as you do this so you don't get shot in the back. Now by doing this, you can get lots of kills but still be able to survive without needing to cut your streak.
Damn lag.